Welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Thank you for joining me today. When I review, recently I've been gravitating towards extremes of bottlings. Either they're quite old and rare, or there's something quite unique and different. So today is something quite unique and different. Signatory vintage bottling, the Whiskey Exchange exclusive for the 20th anniversary. You're probably thinking, can I get that where I am? You probably can. Just order it from Whiskey Exchange. They ship globally. You just have to pay the taxes and shipping and all of that jazz. This one is a 4-year-old Bunnahabhain. People be thinking 4 years old, that's just barely whiskey. You're right. I've heard many things about the 4 years old. This is a Bunnahabhain heavily peated 4-year-old whiskey at 60.3%, and it is matured in a what they call a Dechar, Rechar, Hogs head. So that is also called the STR. Shave, toast, and Rechar. This is basically what they're doing. Okay, so Dechar means they take the barrels, the barrel staves, they shave off the char, and then they assemble it and rechar it. Why they do that? I'll tell you why. They take off the old layer in there, so it makes it a little bit thinner. But also by recharring it and re-toasting it, they're unlocking some of that leftover flavor on the wood. That's probably, you know, like the few millimeters is probably gone. They take it off and they rechar it, and so they can unlock that flavor. This is so heavily peated as well that when I opened it, the first thing I smelled was peat. It's unmistakable. It is just a peat bomb. So as usual, water, no water, let's get sniffing. That is definitely very peaty. It's got a strong smell to it, at 60%, so the alcohol is quite pronounced. Very saline, iodine, salty, very earthy, like wet soil. Old bread, wet soil, old bread. Like it's just rained in the forest and you're having a walk through with a bonfire right on the end of it. You can smell it. Fresh rubber. And to be honest, a bit of solvent, really, like CRC or something, you know, like a bit solventy. Really robust on the nose, not for the faint-hearted. I mean, I'm struggling to get much more than that. It's quite a powerful smell. With water, let's have a sniff. Okay, with water, the smoke subsides a little bit. Herbal notes come through. Wet soil comes through more. And the herbal note, I can't put my finger on it. What is that? Thyme. A bit of basil, hint of basil, but the wood is something that you can smell it's quite pronounced, the wood smell. Like, you know, when you walk into a workshop and someone's been working with wood, sanding it, filing it, chiseling it, the wood chips, you can really smell that. That could be my imagination, or it could be the fact that they've just shaved the wood and recharred it. You can really smell the wood in there. But it's very peaty, oily, the smell is just really robust. Let's try it now. Wow. If someone was to put that in front of you and say, here you go, here's a peated Bunnahabhain or here's a peated Islay, you would not pick that that is a 4-year-old. Holy moly. Sweetness, caramel. The peat is, oh man, the peat is huge. because it's only 4 years old in the barrel, the peat hasn't had a chance to mellow out in the barrel. Aging mellows peat. So this is full glory peat right here. It is just boom in your face. It's smoky. It's like being in a bonfire where they just use a lot of damp wood from the beach. It is slightly sweet, salty, slight herbal, fresh rubber, like going into Walmart and going into the sandals and shoes section. You know, you smell that fresh rubber, fresh leather, fresh tanned leather, and you can taste that earthiness, very soily, and slight fruitiness in the end, but I can't quite put my finger on what fruit it is. I don't know what fruit it is. Let me come back to that. But it's a condensed fruit. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's an orange jam. It's a citrus orange jam, marmalade with the peel as well. Not just the flesh, but the actual peel of the oranges and lemons as well. So it's very intensely flavored. Without water, it's just like holy moly in your face. It just hits you in the mouth. Perfect example of innovation, STR or Dechar, Rechar process. What it does is that it helps unlock and speed up that aging process by taking the old wood away and exposing the new wood that's been re-caramelized and recharred. It doesn't say what kind of char, but most likely when they do this, it'll be an alligator char, which is quite a long char, which means that it really penetrates heat through the wood. And imagine putting spirit into that. The flavor is so intense, but there is no new make alcohol taste. That could be the peat that's actually doing it. Let's try it with water. Wow. With water, it just shaves off the peaks. It just shaves off the peaks of the flavor spikes. I will say with water is better, but the flavor is very similar. With water, it adds a little bit of bitterness to it right in the end, more reminiscent of a lemon rind as opposed to orange rind. Here it's candied orange and orange jam and orange rind. Here it's more lemon peel and lemon rind. The earthiness is there, the smoke is there, but the peaks in flavor, the peaks and spikes in flavor have mellowed out with water. But man, I am completely surprised how good this particular bottle is. For a 4-year-old, it is completely crazy. It just kind of bucks the trend of older is better. And look, older is generally better. Okay, there's generally reasons for that, but the innovation of Dechar Rechar has taken time off the maturation process and given it just completely different life. And the peat is so vibrant, the peat is so elevated in flavor that it is actually very, very strong in peat. It is very strong in peat. Absolutely delicious. Wow. Excellent. Would I buy this again? Hell yes, I would. In fact, I want to thank Sunny. I want to thank Sunny for giving me a chance to try this. Appreciate it, and I might just steal a little sample and keep it in for another session later. It is fantastic, absolutely glorious whiskey. Cigar pairings. Well, look, this can withstand pretty much any cigar you can throw at it. In fact, I would say you probably want to have this right in the end or the start of your cigar, because once you've had it, maybe have another whiskey with your cigar and then have it in the end to finish off. It is such a robust whiskey. It is a very, very potent whiskey. It really does hit you in the mouth. So cigar pairings, look, be strategic about it and really find out the flavor first before you do it. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. This is an absolutely awesome dram. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. See you till next time.